What's up YouTube, this is Bison X79 guys. Today I'm coming to you with my latest deck profile video for October 2019, and today we're going to be looking at my updated hero build for this upcoming format. Alright, I can tell you this right now, with all the support we got for heroes this year, as well as the upcoming support next year, heroes are definitely in a position where they can actually turn around and start shaking up the meta. Alright? I can tell you from experience at New York Comic Con during competitive play, practically every other player that was competing was running a hero deck. Alright? And now with the new ban list giving us Malicious and Elemental Hero Stratos at 3 copies per deck, this deck is definitely ready to rock out. Alright? So without further ado, we're going to get right into it and take a look at my build right now. Alright? Currently, we're going to turn around and run 3 copies of Destiny Hero Malicious. Alright, this came back to 3, and it is the biggest extender for this deck. Get into the graveyard, banish it, special summon another copy from your deck, helps thin out the deck, improves overall consistency for your deck, and just allows you to extend even further. Alright, furthermore, now that we got Cross Crusader, from the extra deck, we can actually utilize that last Destiny Hero Malicious in multiple different ways. We can actually turn around and tribute it off to get more draws, or we can just use it to turn around and get it back on that last Destiny Hero Malicious back on the field, so we can extend it into something else. Alright? For the Elemental Hero sides, I do run Elemental Hero Bubbleman. Bubbleman, in my opinion, is one of the best Elemental Hero extenders you can have. He's the only card in your hand. You get to special summon it right to the field, so an extra body on the board helps you do so many things. Whether it be link off or just giving you another body to fusion summon with. Alright? So worth it. Alright? Elemental Hero Honest Neos is the hand trap of the deck. Basically powers up any hero monster that's on the field by 2,500 attack points. Alright, if this guy himself is on the field, you can pitch cards from your deck to your graveyard to power himself up even further. So yeah, you can get a lot of different effects off with this guy, whether he be in your hand or on the field. Alright. 2 copies of Elemental Hero Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist is just so awesome for this deck. Send her to the graveyard, and you're getting a search for another hero monster to add to your hand, which is awesome. Special summoner to the field, and you're getting a search for a mass change card to add to your hand, which is awesome. Downside, you only get one of those 2 effects per turn, but hey, listen, those effects are worth it, and they help you build your field. Alright? 3 copies of Elemental Hero Stratos. Oh man, it feels like eons since this card. Oh man. Was at 3. Oh, anytime you summon, you get to search your deck for another hero monster to add to your hand, or you can turn around and destroy back row cards up to the number of other hero monsters you control, which is just so huge. It's not a hard once per turn, so you're going to be able to utilize this effect multiple times during the course of your turn. Alright? 3 copies of Elemental Hero Solid Soldier. Solid Soldier, I can tell you right now, whenever he is normal summon, he's bringing another hero monster with him, which is just awesome. Typically, you want to be bringing out either Shadow Mist, Vion, or Stratos with him. Alright? Whenever this card leaves the field and hits the graveyard due to the effect of a spell card, he's going to be able to special summon himself back to the field, giving you that extra body. Alright? So, always awesome to have him in the deck. Alright? Vision Hero support. We have 3 copies of Vision Hero Forest. I mean, seriously, discard a card from your hand to the graveyard to special summon them. And when you do that, you get to place one of the 2 copies of Vision Hero Increase on your field in your spell and trap zones. Alright? Now, it does lock you into summoning only heroes for the rest of the turn, but that's not really a problem for this deck. Alright? To get Increase into your main monster zones, basically you tribute off another hero monster from your field to special summon him, and then when he hits the field from your deck, you get to special summon one of the 2 copies of Vision Hero Vion. Vion hits the field. It's effectively a foolish barrier for a hero monster. Send a hero monster from your deck to your graveyard, which is just awesome. Helps set up plays. Yeah, Malicious and Shadow Mists are your two primary targets to send. While this card is on the field, you banish a hero monster from your graveyard, and you get to search your deck for a polymerization. So, yeah, this deck can manipulate itself very well. Alright, you got one copy of A Hero Lives. Pay half your life points, you get to special summon a hero monster right to your field from your deck. So, awesome card to have. 3 copies of Emergency Call. Search your deck for your Elemental Heroes. Alright. 3 copies of Mass Change. Alright. Allows you to summon out your Mass Heroes from your extra deck, which is just awesome. Alright. 1 copy of Monster Reborn. Typical spell sender, you need it. Polymerization for your various fusion plays. Reinforcement on Army. Another search. And I do run 3 copies of Super Polymerization in this deck. It's just such an amazing card. Your opponent can't chain anything to its activation, and it can take cards off your opponent's field, so it's just an amazing card for any fusion-based deck. Alright? Definitely the 3 of them in this deck right now. Alright? And one last extender. We got 1 copy of War Legacy Succession. Alright? For back row, I am running 3 copies of Solemn Judgment. Pay half your life points, but you get to negate the summon, the activation of a spell or a trap. And that can be very useful in protecting your boards. Alright? Same thing goes with the 3 copies of Solemn Strike. If your opponent activates a monster effect or uses summon it as a starter chain, this card can stop it. So, that's it for the main deck. Going into the extra deck, we got 2 copies of Masked Hero Dark Lore. Okay, it's basically a walking macrocosmos. Anytime your opponent sends a card to the graveyard, it's banished instead, which is just huge. And then if your opponent ever searches, it's going to rip a card out of your opponent's hand, and because of that first effect, that card's banished as well. So definitely want to be running 2 copies of him. Alright. 1 copy of Masked Hero Blast, because we're all running 3 copies of Stratos now. Summon him, he's basically got a compulsory evacuation device effect. Basically bounce a card off your opponent's field. And not only that, you can pay 500 life points and target a face-up spell or trap card that's on the field and send it back to your opponent's hand. And that can be very useful against decks that like their back row being destroyed, like the True Draco decks, or even Pendulum Magicians for that matter. Alright, so it's a great way around those decks. Alright, of course we have Masked Hero Anki. It can attack your opponent's life points, but the real effect that you want to do is when you destroy your opponent's monster and send it to your graveyard, you get to search your deck for a Mass Change to add to your hand. Alright? And of course we have Masked Hero DN. Alright? Masked Hero DN, whenever it destroys one of your opponent's monsters by battle, sends to the graveyard, you're special summoning another hero monster from your deck to the field, which is just huge. Extra body on the board can help you do so many things, or just put a little extra pressure on your opponent. Alright, I am running Elemental Hero Absolute Zero and Masked Hero Acid in my extra deck. Excuse me. I mean, both are very useful, but I typically like to use this in combination for a board wipe on my opponent. Basically, Absolute Zero, whenever it's sent from the field to the graveyard, just destroys all your opponent's monsters, and then when Acid is summoned to the field, it destroys all their background. Okay? So, very useful combo. I mean, Zero is no slouch in itself. Any Warrior Tribute monsters on the field will power boost this card up even further. So if your opponent decides to get cute and probably plays Marinessus against you, this card is going to get huge, and you can just run over a lot of those monsters with him. Alright? Okay, we have the Vision Hero Fusions. I have Adoration. Adoration's pretty cool. Basically, you need to have him, another hero monster, and then 1 monster on your opponent's field. You target the other hero monster you control, and then the opponent's monster that you targeted loses attack points to the hero monster that you targeted with Adoration's effect. Alright? Pretty awesome. You can lower attack points of a tougher monster, and ultimately help you get in some extra damage. And one guy that likes to deliver a lot of damage is Vision Hero Trinity. Basically, it just doubles its attack when it's fusion summoned, and it can attack monsters 3 times during your battle phase, which is just huge. Combo this with Honest Deals, and all of a sudden that 5,000 becomes 75,000, yeah. And hitting your opponent's monsters with 7,500 attack points, yeah, that could help you get some serious damage and potentially win the game. Alright? Some super powerful targets. We have Mud Dragon of the Swamp. I think it's pretty set standard. And the same thing goes with Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Alright? For the links, 1 copy of Cross Crusader. I mean, Cross Crusader, I mentioned this before, with Destiny Hero Malicious, just get you that last copy back in the board to do so many things. Alright, you could tribute it off to get an extra drawer, or you can just turn around and just continue to extend and climb up the link ladder. Alright. Extra Hero Wonder Driver is just an amazing card. Any card that's summoned to the zone of points to, you're going to get a Polymerization spell card, a Fusion spell card, or a Mass Change Quick Play spell card from your graveyard back to your hand, so you can do a lot of different things with those cards and continue your plays. Alright. Of course, 1 copy of Dread Decimator. Any card that this card points to is going to get powered up by the number of hero monsters with different names in your graveyard times 100, which is just huge. And Dread Decimator itself can actually inflict piercing damage, which is just so awesome. Alright, and last but not least, I'm actually running Boral Sword in this. You can really utilize any Link 4 in this slot. To be very honest, if you want extra negates, you can try Appaloosa. If you just turn around want a problematic card for your opponent to deal with, there's always Armax, or you can use Boral Lord Dragon as well. Personally, I like Boral Sword. It just helps cut down your opponent's monster's attacks and allows you to swing into your opponent's monster pretty much for game a lot of times. And I actually do like having that option in my deck. Alright? So guys, that is it for my updated hero build for October 2019. Guys, if you like the build, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this on my channel, make sure to subscribe, enable notifications, especially the YouTube notifications, so you don't miss a single upload. Guys, check out the description box below. Find the invite link to my Discord server. Join the conversation. We'd love to have you. Follow me on Twitter at BystanderX79. And guys, as always, until next time, peace.